The lobby of the Royal Haven Hotel shimmered under chandeliers worth more than most people's homes. Guests in designer suits passed by, their shoes clicking on marble floors polished to perfection. Behind the counter, Layla Hassan adjusted her simple apron. She wasn't supposed to be working the front lounge. She was a waitress from the cafe section, but one of the lobby staff had called in sick. Layla wasn't rich. In fact, she'd been working 2 jobs just to pay for her mother's dialysis treatments. But she always smiled, always spoke kindly. That morning, her manager had said, "Just get through the day, Layla. The CEO of Al Rahim Industries is arriving. Don't make any mistakes." Layla nodded. She didn't know who that was. Just another rich man, she thought. Someone who had never seen what hunger looked like. But fate had other plans. Tornado the arrival. At 10:05 sharp, a convoy of black cars stopped outside. Out stepped Karim Al Rahim, a billionaire oil magnate known for his ruthless business style and arrogance. His suit was tailored in Italy, his cufflinks made of gold. His assistant hurried beside him, whispering updates. Karim barely nodded, his face unreadable. As he entered the lobby, Layla caught sight of him. Tall, proud, carrying himself like a man who thought the world owed him everything. When he reached the reception desk, he glanced at Layla instead of the actual receptionist. His eyes narrowed. "You work here?" he asked in a clipped tone. Layla blinked. "Yes, sir. Can I help you with something?" He smirked, the kind of smirk that told her he'd already decided she wasn't worth his time. "Tell me," he said, leaning forward. "Do you speak Arabic?" Layla hesitated. "Yes, sir. My father was Jordanian. I grew up speaking both English and Arabic." He raised an eyebrow, amused. "Oh, really? Then maybe you can serve me in Arabic." The lobby went silent. Even the other employees froze, unsure if this was a joke or a test. Layla swallowed, unsure if this was a joke or a test. Layla swallowed, unsure what he meant. "Sir." Karim chuckled darkly. "I'll give you $1 million, right here, right now, if you can serve me in Arabic without stumbling." Collision the challenge. Layla's heart pounded. She could tell he was mocking her. A rich man trying to humiliate a poor waitress. She wanted to walk away. But then she thought of her mother, frail, lying in the hospital bed, her medicine bills piling up. So Layla took a deep breath and smiled. "Very well, sir. Please have a seat." She gestured toward the cafe corner and began to speak, fluently, gracefully, in pure classical Arabic. "Maraban bik, Sayyidi al-Mutaram. Kaifa yumkinuni khidmatuka al-yawm?" "Welcome, honorable sir. How may I serve you today?" Her pronunciation was flawless, her tone respectful. Karim's expression shifted slightly, surprise flickering through his arrogance. Layla continued, describing the menu, the blend of Arabian coffee beans, and even the traditional dessert, all in elegant Arabic, her voice steady and confident. Guests began to turn their heads. A few even started recording on their phones. For the first time that morning, Karim was speechless. Tulip, the memory that hit hard. As Layla poured his coffee, she said quietly in Arabic, "My father used to say, language is the key to dignity. When we understand each other, we stop judging one another." Karim froze. Those words, exactly those words, had been written in his late father's journal. He hadn't heard them in years. Suddenly, the mocking smirk faded. He looked at Layla as if seeing her for the first time, not as a waitress, but as a human being with grace and pride. She finished her service and bowed politely. "Shukran, Sayyidi. I hope the coffee is to your liking." He said nothing, just stared, his throat tight, as the weight of his arrogance sank in. Cloud with rain, the offer that shocked everyone. A few minutes later, he stood and said, "Miss Hassan, correct?" "Yes, sir," she replied nervously. He pulled out his checkbook and began writing. "You earned this." She shook her head immediately. "No, sir. I didn't serve for money. I served because you asked." He looked at her, astonished, and for the first time in years, humbled. The next morning, Layla returned to work thinking the strange incident was over. The video someone recorded had already gone viral overnight. Millions had watched the waitress who spoke Arabic better than a billionaire. But Layla didn't care about fame. She only cared about her mother. That's when her manager approached her, pale with disbelief. "Layla," he stammered. "Mr. Al-Rahim wants to see you in the conference room." Layla's stomach dropped. "Oh no, I'm gonna get fired." Sunrise the meeting. When she entered, Kareem was already there. But he wasn't the same man from yesterday. His suit was the same, but his eyes were softer, his expression warm. He stood up when she walked in. "Miss Hassan, please sit." Layla hesitated. "Sir, if this is about yesterday." "It is," he interrupted gently. "But not in the way you think." He took a breath, then said something that silenced her completely. "My father built this company from nothing. He believed in humility, in learning from everyone, even those who serve. Yesterday, you reminded me of that." Layla blinked, unsure what to say. Kareem continued, "I lost my father years ago, and somewhere along the way, I lost his values too. You brought them back." Then he slid a folder across the table. Inside was a contract. Position, Cultural Communications Advisor, Al-Rahim Industries. Salary, $200,000 per year. Purpose, develop cross-cultural empathy training for executives. Layla covered her mouth, tears streaming. "Sir, I don't deserve this." He smiled softly. "You do. You didn't just speak a language, you spoke respect. And that's worth more than all my money." Cherry blossom, the full circle kindness. Weeks passed. Layla started her new job. Her mother's treatments were fully covered by Kareem's foundation, and every employee in the company now had to attend her human dignity and dialogue workshops. Kareem even learned Arabic himself, every phrase a step closer to humility. During one of their seminars, he told the staff, "We are all waiters in someone else's story. The question is, do we serve with pride or with pridefulness?" Layla smiled from the back of the room, knowing that a single act of kindness and courage had changed not just her life, but a billionaire's heart. Wrapped gift the twist. Months later, Kareem visited Layla's mother at the hospital. She thanked him through tears, whispering, "You gave my daughter back her dignity." He shook his head gently. "No, ma'am. She gave me mine." Rainbow the legacy. Years later, Layla opened her own translation school, teaching underprivileged youth how to use language to bridge hearts and heal divisions. And every year, Kareem quietly funded it. No publicity, no cameras, just gratitude. Clapperboard call, TO action. 4 faceless video narration. Broken heart, he mocked her for her background. Speech balloon, but she answered with grace, not anger. Red heart, her kindness didn't just earn respect. It changed a heart forever. Folded hands, tell us in the comments. Have you ever proved someone wrong with kindness? Bell like, share and subscribe for more real, heart-touching kindness stories. Because sometimes, the softest voice speaks the loudest truth. Tulip.